Before we start the presentation and look at the data, tell me, how many of you had your concentration broken due to environmental factors such as noise or harsh lighting? If you're nodding your head, you aren't alone. Our team has conducted an industry benchmark survey of 100 stakeholders at George Brown Polytechnic, and the results reveal a critical quiet crisis on our campus. While GBP has successfully transitioned to a hybrid work model, our physical infrastructure has not kept pace. Administrative staff and faculty are using shared rooms that simply fail to support high-focus work. Our research shows that a striking 70% of the staff report distraction levels of 7 out of 10 or higher. As you can see in the chart, our top productivity killers are noise levels at 61.6%, uncomfortable seating at 53.5%, and crowding at 42.4%. These aren't just minor annoyances, they result in a productivity leak of 3 to 10 plus hours per employee every single week. We are losing thousands of dollars a month because our team literally cannot hear themselves think. Furthermore, 70% of the participants would be more likely to stay with an employer that invests in focus-oriented spaces. By standardizing these features through a universal design, we remove the stigma of individual requests and secure GBP's best talent. To stop this leak, we propose a $50,000 high-performance inclusive hub. I'll now hand it over to my teammate to walk you through our specific project approach.
Now imagine a space where every student can truly focus, feel comfortable, and do their best work. Well, that's what our project is all about. It's about redesigning the shared space at George Brown. Right now, these spaces don't really support focus or different student needs. So our goal is to create a space that is more comfortable, inclusive, and better for productivity. We're adding things like quiet pods to reduce noise, adjustable lightings, ergonomic seating, and separate areas for quiet and group work. Overall, we want to create a space where students can feel comfortable and do their best work. Now, this slide shows our project in 5 simple phases. We start with planning and organizing the project, then move on to research and designing the student needs. Next, we procure all the required equipments, followed by implementation, where everything is installed and tested. Finally, we complete quality checks, train staff, and close the project. So overall, it's a clear and structured process from start to finish. Building on this, let's discuss the project further.
So before we continue, I just want to show everyone this is what the inclusive hub redesign would look like. An underused shared space transformed into a high-performance inclusive environment. From financial perspective, this project delivers a clear return on investment. With a total cost of $50,000, the project can pay for itself in under 1 year by recovering lost productivity. At the same time, it reduces ongoing inefficiencies and supports student retention, which directly impacts tuition revenue. So beyond the financial return, this project also creates value across key stakeholders. Students benefit from better focus and improved performance, faculty see stronger engagement, and the institution benefits from higher retention and long-term value. Overall, this is a strategic investment in student success and institutional performance. So why does this matter? Right now, George Brown is already paying for this problem not in direct costs, but in lost productivity and reduced academic performance. This $50,000 investment eliminates that inefficiency. So the choice is simple. We can continue paying for the problem every week or make one investment to solve it and create long-term value.
The Hub Redesign at George Brown Polytechnic has a project life cycle. We started with initiation by forming our team and selecting the project. We then conducted research and built a strong business case using stakeholder data. In the planning phase, we developed our schedule, budget, and scope. Finally, we executed the project while continuously monitoring progress and ensuring successful delivery. This overall evaluation highlights the impact of our project. We address major issues like noise and productivity loss by introducing inclusive design solutions such as acoustic pods and ergonomic spaces. As a result, we achieved over 90% user satisfaction, reduced distraction levels significantly, and demonstrated a strong return on investment within 9 months. Overall, the project delivers both academic and financial value, and it especially has great impact on the overall experience of life at George Brown Polytechnic.
Resources. This slide gives an overview of the key resources needed to deliver the inclusive hub redesign. Starting with human resources, roles were identified based on task-level responsibilities across the project lifecycle. This includes the project manager, interior designer, accessibility consultant, procurement specialist, installation technician, quality and compliance officer, and a user tester. Each role supports specific phases of the project, such as planning, design, compliance review, procurement, installation, and post-implementation evaluation, ensuring the work is covered without over-resourcing. And from a financial perspective, the project is constrained by a $50,000 budget. Staffing costs were treated as fixed since they're directly tied to the project tasks, while material and service resources were adjusted carefully to stay within the budget. This approach allows the project to meet all core deliverables while still maintaining a small contingency buffer to handle minor cost variations. Finally, physical resources. These include acoustic privacy pods, ergonomic seating, zonal lighting upgrades, acoustic wall treatments, inclusive signage, sensory tools, and bundled delivery and installation services. All quantities and specifications are right-sized to support accessibility, focus, and inclusion while avoiding scope creep or unnecessary features.
Hi everyone, I'm Minut. In this specific session, I will be briefly explaining the project budget, including the material and service budget, the human resource, the contingency, and the summary of the project budget. Starting from the material and service budget, it's include the furniture, equipment, installation, and workspace improvements. The total cost for the material and service budget is $28,500. In addition to that, this budget is higher than from the human resource budget because it covers the physical resources and workspace improvements of the project. The second slide is talking about the human resource budget. It is also the very crucial part. It includes or it's covered the staffing and the labor cost needed to plan, coordinate, and implement the project effectively. The total cost for the human resource budget is $80,950. The budget is actually estimated based on the number of hours required for each role, like project manager, procurement specialist, installation technician, and the cost per hour. The last slide is talking about the summary of the budget. As you have seen from the cost category section, the total budget of human resources $80,950. The total budget of material and service is $28,500. The total project cost, which is the combined cost for both human resource and material and service, is $47,450. The other one is the approved budget for this specific project is $50,000. The last one is contingency, $2,550. The remaining one, we just reserved it for unexpected costs, for example, inflation and unexpected installation issues, to provide budget flexibility and risk management. In general, both the human resource and the material and service budgets are well aligned with the project objective and activities. This is all about, I just want to highlight on the project budget breakdown. Thank you.
Let us speak about the risks and mitigation now. Every project comes with the uncertainty, especially one like ours that involves the construction and procurement. These risks can directly impact the cost, schedule, and quality. From our research and planning, we have found that the distraction like delays, budget limits, and coordination issues can affect the project success. That's why we are focused on identifying the risks early and assessing them based on their probability and impact, so we can manage them proactively rather than reacting later. So to prioritize our risks, we have used a risk matrix that maps the probability against the impact. This helps us clearly identify which risks need the most attention. Out of all the identified risks, we focused on the high impact ones, which we will speak in the next slide. These have been the greatest potential to affect the project timelines and outcomes, so they become our top priority for the mitigation planning. Based on this analysis, we have targeted strategies for each key risks. For each of them, we have defined both a strategy and specific action. For procurement delays, we have used a mitigation strategy with early ordering and backup suppliers. For budget overruns, we have also used like mitigation strategy, but by using the contingency and continuous cost monitoring. Construction delays are handled through an avoidance strategy by planning the work around the academic schedule and off-peak hours. And for vendor reliability, we have used a transfer strategy supported by the contracts and warranties. Overall, our approach ensures that risks are not just identified, but actively managed throughout the project.
Now, to conclude, this project is all about creating a better space for students and our faculty. By redesigning the hubs, we are improving focus, comfort, and overall well being. The new space will reduce distractions, increase productivity, and create a more inclusive environment for everybody. Now, overall, this is not just a redesign, it's an investment in students and their success. Thank you so much.